But while we are here, I would like to recognize the presence of Kitwe present town clerk. Is there former Mayor David Chisenga and other councillors who are present with us today. Dear Monarchs, this is Ambassador Simwinga's speech, which was sent to us yesterday, and it should be read in verbatim because he had worked with Mr. Kaliminwa for over 20 years. And the speech goes like this. Last week was a very sad day indeed for all of us. We lost John Kaliminwa. John Kaliminwa had worked for Kitwe City Council for over 20 years. As for me, who supervised John Kaliminwa for 20 years, it is really a personal loss. John was a very calm, dedicated, and hardworking employee. Since my arrival in Kitwe in 1992, I found challenging issues at the City Council. The markets were in terrible shape, the roads were bad, and the general staff was very difficult to manage. But in the group of my management staff, I had very highly qualified staff, engineers, architects, public health officials, doctors, lawyers. It was just a very nice kaleidoscope of qualified person that I was managing. But however, in that group, if I look to their personal lives, these people were very difficult to manage. Some were very calm, some were very difficult, like Ms. Mataka. Some were very polite, some were very intelligent, some were very defensive. Others were quite lazy. So that's what you see in a town clerk running a council. But however, to single out, Mr. Kaliminwa was calm, quiet, peaceful, and hardworking. He was a calming influence on the group of 20 senior staff that I was managing. I could, on a lighter note, liken my management staff to the Nguzu family. They were difficult guys and we were to manage employees in the group. Through his life at council, I think Mr. Kaliminwa should be remembered for the works that he did. The things that we see as road networks in Kitwe, I think they are attributed to him. I gave him 4 significant jobs like the JICA Road Rehabilitation Program. These are the roads that you see tied in the townships. Then I gave him the tasks to do townships like Kwacha, east of Kwacha, Ndekeji, and east of Kwacha. These are the townships that he supervised as senior engineer. When John was leaving and working at the town council, he made a lot of friends. He was a very amiable person, very calm, and very receptive. I would like to quote from the Romans, because John was a Roman Catholic. And I will begin with this sentence, which says, Ludamas, Veras, Glorias, Evedemas, Patricial, Bene, Macrieta. We can't understand it, but the explanation, it says, let us praise the outstanding men who have done well to save humanity. And this is what I can attribute to Mr. John Kaliminwa. Though life is especially a long and responsible life, which cannot be lived with some discourse, but that should not hinder us to see one another and the good things John did. The Lord himself says, above all and above everybody, their good deeds shall be seen. And also, the higher life we are in, the greater responsibilities and the greater ours is the possibility of our human failing and weakness. As for this, we constantly been admonished to pray for those in leadership and management, our mayors, our town clerks, our local leaders. We should pray for them so that they are given wisdom and guidance to lead us. After our death, we find merciful judge in our Creator. This is one thing which makes us very small. We may be big on earth, but when we go to the Creator, we become small. Now, those of us who remain here would like to do some good for those who have departed from us. But even here, as we mourn John Kaliminwa, we are helpless children. What can we do to John's family? Of course, we have a right to be here to mourn him, but it goes beyond that. But what more can we do? Let us pray for John's family and relatives. We must now pause for a moment and think of John Kaliminwa. What he would, if you had a way to say anything, what would he say to us? One thing that is quite obvious, Johnny would say, please console my family that I have left behind and my relatives that I have left behind. Of course, we should do that because muchibembabatila ukwangala kwali chilawulupwa. I'm quite sure that John would also say that we should carry on the works that he was doing while he was living with us. John was a very dedicated civil engineer. And if we have to remember him as a person who lived among us, let us remember him through the roads that he constructed in our city of Kitwe for the 20 years that he was working for the town council. For us who were his friends, we will sadly miss him. He was a very nice, quiet, small gentleman from Mprokoso. Now, lastly, I would like to say, may the Lord shine his light on him. Thanks very much.
Mwana mwayumvira bonse fwe bali kunona mwalishi bekisungu balela ndafe pakutashya emirimu yakwe nga fyafine muli twakibula mbonirya ekyo pali ino nshoka vula okuposa enkita nalayita bakwisa pera amatributes bakubalirapo ni bana Yohani nemuti abena myavo ero pesi pakonki abana nabankashi yakwe nde bali bana buwalia ero nabepwa bali sonse shwiri bali ino nshita mulamu wefu senimupele tribute
give a tribute on behalf of Mrs. Matilda Uswili Kaliminwa.
Kanshibala pela tribute ukulandira kuba Matilda bamuka John nabachisungu balembele.
A tribute to my husband, my dearest friend, my partner, Mr Kamfinsa. He started our relationship in a very humble way. He taught me to be confident and focused in whatever I did. Whenever I was down, you held my hand and assured me that all was going to be fine. Even when I had no hope, you gave me hope. You were such a wonderful man. I don't think I can really express just how much I will miss you. You were such a wonderful father, a grandfather, best friend, a wonderful uncle, and a wonderful colleague. You gave me confidence to drive a manual vehicle. We prayed together every morning and night. One of my greatest memories is when you knelt and said, Matilda, please pray. I want to give my life to Jesus. You had the ability to make everyone comfortable, secure. Love was your greatest strength. You were a man of your own weight. Your no was no and your yes was yes. It is still hard for me to believe that you are gone. Only 5 days ago, we were holding hands. They say that time heals all wounds. But your passing on, I have come to realize that this is not entirely true. There are wounds that time will never heal. I began to put on a new smile and say I am okay. But I know I will never truly be okay again. I will live a new normal, as they say, a new normal with the ever-present pain of the absence from my life. Farewell, my friend. We will surely meet beyond this life.
Mwana nangu mwana na iwe muleko pele kristu kujiba wito aliku so mwana ndesha mune